What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we're talking about The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. So this is another one of those, like, you know, YA contemporaries that, like, I probably wouldn't have read otherwise, but for some reason I really like to listen to YA contemporaries, and it was available at the library. It gets really great reviews, and okay, this book is just, like, #1, required reading for anybody that is a human being on this planet. The way that this book handles its themes is absolutely stunning, and it's blows my mind. So this book, it is another book that is about rape. It's another book that is kind of about being a girl and what it's like in society. And what's amazing about it, what's so different about it, is the way that it's told. It's told from 3 different perspectives. We have Alex, who is the sister of a girl who got raped and she was murdered. And Alex is very emotionally closed off. She's still kind of in shock from everything that happened. She doesn't really know how to deal with things. She feels things a little bit too strongly, and it makes her very blunt with people. She's not, you know, okay with just like letting things happen. She doesn't really know how to deal with her surroundings. But then we see that juxtaposed with PK, who is the preacher's kid. That's what PK stands for. A lot of people don't actually know that her name is Claire. She's only really known as the preacher's kid, and she has a boyfriend who gets stolen from her by this other girl who's, you know, like super slutty or whatever, and she kind of like goes through all of that and deals with it. And the way her and Alex kind of come together and become friends, the way they learn from each other, is really amazing. I really love how this book highlights their friendship and female friendships in general, because, you know, the super slutty girl who stole her boyfriend, Branley, she has a story to tell too. I kind of wish we had gotten some of the story from her perspective, and especially towards the end, I feel like her character could have been handled a little bit better. But what I really love about her is that she is your typical bitchy girl that, like, normally nobody likes, but you really learn that there's a lot more to her than that. There's a lot more underneath the surface. Like, why is she the way that she is? Like, that's another thing about this book. It's all about perceptions. Like I said, Alex is just the sister of the girl that got murdered. PK is just the preacher's kid. Branley is just the slutty girl, but there's so much more to them, and this book really explains that. But our third perspective is actually from a guy, and his name is Jack. He's kind of your stereotypical jock. He's trying to get a full ride to a school so he can get, like, out of this town. He doesn't want to die here, you know, that kind of stuff. He kind of flits around from one girl to another, never really settles, that kind of thing. And we see him fall in love. We see him kind of start to look at things a little bit deeper. His character, I wish, could have done more. I kind of wish that we'd gotten like a little bit more from him. I still kind of feel like he was there just to serve as the third perspective, and of course it is very different from Alex and PK's, but I feel like he doesn't get as much characterization, and I also don't really like that the way he evolves is entirely because of his fascination with Alex, which was a little bit weird. But overall, this book was absolutely stunning, and I think that it worked so well because it's just so blunt about it. It's so blunt about, like, you know, 1 in 3 girls is gonna get raped. Like, it could be like the girl sitting right next to you. It could be you, and most people don't report it, and they don't report it because they know who the person was, and they don't want to say anything. They don't want to make people angry at them. They think that people won't believe them, and this book highlights that in such an amazing way, and it highlights what happens when you do nothing. Alex is a character who has to do something, and it's insane what that drives her to do. And like, you have PK and Jack who grow up in this world where you just don't react to things the way that you should, and you see the consequences of that, and it's just, it blows my mind. It made me so heartbroken. Like, halfway through this book, my heart just went out to these characters and I felt with them. By the time I finished it, I was just absolutely in pieces, and it's so good. I cannot recommend it enough. I am only giving it an A, not an A+, and that's mostly just because I wish we could have done a little bit more with Branley's character. I wish we could have done a little bit more with Jack's character, but other than that, I love this book to pieces, and I cannot recommend it enough. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every Monday. That is everything got for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!